going to talk about Generation Z. We spent a lot of time talking about money moves for boomers, for Gen X, Gen Y, millennials. And I had a young lady this past week who watches our show reach out and said that, hey, you never talked about anything for people my age. And I think she's 19, getting ready to turn 20. She's working hard and trying to save her money. But like most of us, we, weren't taught this stuff in school. So,
Mhm.
I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea. So thank you, JC, for the idea. So let's talk about that, Wendy. I mean, obviously they want to build wealth too, and they've got something a lot more valuable than the boomers or Gen X, and that's time, right?
Right.
They've got the time on their side. And I know if I could go back to my 19-year-old self and talk about saving money, I'd say save more. So the
Exactly.
question is, what do I do? How much do I do? And all that stuff. So why don't you kick us off on some stuff? I know you've got several Gen Z kids. So what are they talking about? What are their big concerns and
Yeah,
challenges?
yeah. I've got three kids that are Gen Z that are officially adults on their own. And they want to know things like, where to put their money if they do save it, where to put it. Um, that's my son Matthew. That's his main concern is how do I grow my money? And then my son Mikey, his main concern is his credit score because he wants to buy a house one day. So he's thinking like, how do I get my credit score up without, having credit cards or, doing things, getting in debt. Um, Malachi, I don't think is thinking about any of it except how to actually, he's really about how to budget because he tells me, Mom, you keep my money and don't give it to me until I need it and you approve what I get because he's a spender and he knows that. So
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, if I see it,
Well,
I'm going to spend it.
yeah. So let's kind of break that down a little
Yeah.
bit. So let's start off with that first step, and this is, I think, cornerstone for everybody. And we're not taught this in school. But if you look at building that budget, you want to make sure you have money to spend in the future. But you also want to make sure you're having fun now and be able to spend some time in money
Right.
with your friends or doing things you like. So the key is to find that happy balance. So building on a spending plan. We've mentioned moneypatrol.com. I love that website. They've got a great tool and it does a lot.
Yeah.
And they've got a free version and you can do the paid version. And even if you do the paid version, it's like $80 for the entire year. So it's not very expensive at all. The key is, how do you actually build a spending plan, right?
Hmm.
Most
Yeah.
of us think it's, looking at how much did I spend this past month? I keep track of my credit cards and stuff. And that's not it at all. That's not it at all. The key is determining and being intentional with your money and determining like, okay, for my fun money with my friends, right? I'm going to spend $150 or $200 or 1,000, whatever your number is, right? For the month.
Right.
And if you hit that, like the middle of the month, you're done. You're done going out. You've got to have that discipline. And that's what you were just talking about with your son. He's got to work on that component or have an accountability partner.